Let's rev it up! Because I am sure hungry for one. Help! Help!
What's up, guys? It's Dirty Yugi from Dirty Yugi and the Boys. Today I have my Shaddoll Invoked deck profile. I actually won a local with this, and then another local opened up, and then I got top 4. It was playoff cut, but we didn't really play through. I kind of wanted to, but I also got top 4. With that, I was third after Swiss. But let's just dive into this. You're going to see on the screen there's some math behind the choices I made. The percentages is all there, and this is why I think this is the most consistent, most competitive variant of this deck at the moment. But let me hop right into it. 3 Alistair doesn't really need to be talked about. He's kind of the bread and butter of the deck. 3 Wendy. It's the best new. I don't know how to really explain it. I love this card. I love how this card interacts with the deck. I love that it just sets whatever you need for the follow-up for your next turn. It's really a forward-thinking card. And then 3 Squam does everything you need it to do. It's a Foolish Burial if a Foolish Burial was just better. And then I only play 2 Beasts. It's going to be a little surprising, I know, especially when I talk about math and stuff like that. 2 Beasts was just the correct number for everything to work out, for me to fit everything I wanted to in. And then 2 Hedgehog. 2 Hedgehog, again, it was just the correct number for a 40 card list to be able to do what I wanted. Some people might even think 2 Hedgehog is too much, but to be honest, it was just, like I said, the perfect ratio. 1 Kaus, and then 1 Ariel. With this scenario, Ariel, obviously, because we all know the combo with Ariel, but Kaus, or Kios, or whatever, my English is bad. This was more of a tech choice for me. It was just, I wanted to be able to search a light off of Hedgehog once in a while, because I wanted to be able to activate L and summon Construct on my opponent's turn, and obviously you can't do that unless you have this, or unless you just happen to have another light in hand. And then a Dragon to kind of round off the monster lineup. I wouldn't really say anything bad about this. This is just the Shaddoll Invoked part of the deck. This is the part that I think I excel at making. And for hand traps, we have 3 Nibiru, and then 3 Ash. Moving into the format, I don't know if these are the correct cards. This is the correct ratio. For the current format, pre-Numeron stuff, this was correct, because all you had to really worry about it was the Emancipator Eldritch, and then there was like random rogue decks. But like, I mean, Salad's not really a rogue, but it's really good against them. But now moving into the new Numeron stuff, I'm sure Impermanence is going to have to be implemented in some way, somehow, as well as probably Ghost Ogre. Just because Impermanence is generically good against everything, and Ghost Ogre helps stop the Numeron. Also, Impermanence lets you hit Utopic Zexal. And then for the spells, for the fusions, we have 3 Shaddoll Fusion, 3 L, and then 3 Invocation. Nothing to really say here. 9 spells. It was the most consistent way to do everything. 3 Meltdown. So I remember at some point people were playing 2 of this. I disagreed with it. I think Alistair, or Away to Alistair, is the only way you can really play this deck. I think that if you draw this card without any other form of Shaddoll card, which is such a low percentage, it doesn't really come up very often. But it's one of those situations where you can at least summon a Macabre or a Purgatrio if you're going second, at least do something and play the game. 3 Pot of Desires. Math. Again, it was a situation where I would much rather banish 10 cards for a way to play the game than just scoop the game anyway. Foolish Terraforming, obviously. This is any single Shaddoll card. This just is a way to Alistair, which is a way to Fuse as well, which is it's a way to play. And then Shaddoll Incarnation. It's a 40 card deck, obviously. There's nothing I would change. There's nothing I would really say anything at the moment. Like I said, the hand traps might change depending on how impactful the Numeron stuff is. But at the moment in time, everything's fine. Then we have the 5 Shaddoll Fusion. Yep. The 1 Apollonia. Apollonia is still really, really important. I don't play the Gravity Control. I don't really care about it. 2 construct, 2 window. I never thought about moving up. There are some games I don't summon window once. There are some games I don't summon construct once. It all depends on just the matchup and, you know, basically what you have. The invoked fusions, I don't personally feel like the Agai's one, the new light one, was worth it. I was testing it. It wasn't the best. It kind of felt lackluster at times because you had to have certain requirements to make it. You couldn't just make it on a whim like you can Makaba or Purgatrio. You had to have another fusion engraved to banish. I mean, yeah, it does the thing where it pops, but in this specific build, I just didn't find room to have one of those tech options. Another way to a fusion spell, Alistair, obviously you kind of have to play it. Boral Sword and Unicorn. Unicorn is just one of those cards that's really good against the Rogue. It's really good at getting rid of like stupid stuff. Verde Anaconda, because this is a Shaddoll deck. The higher bump rarity of Karashi is still insane in this deck. You still have to play it even though Verde Anaconda it's out. It just helps you extend into the Boral Sword for the OTK. Secure Gardena, because obviously it's how you get your light. Almirage. Because this was a local, I did have a side deck that I'm willing to show you right now. My table is so darn shaky. 3 Ghost Ogre. I still implement it at some point somewhere in my deck. I still think that it's a very versatile card. It's still good against Rogue. It's still good against some weird matchups. It's one of those things where if you have it and you, like, let's say, you know, Nibiru's not good against a matchup, it's still a light, so I can still side it in that scenario where I can still have an interactive card. 3 Dark Ruler, because Dark Ruler is obvious. There's no real explanation that needs to be needed for it. It's the best Go Second card. I team it with another really good second card, Lightning Storm. I hate being okay, so I don't hate Lightning Storm. I don't hate evenly matched. I hate that I have to give up my battle phase for evenly matched. I think it's a really good card. I think it's really important to be able to have some form of out. And if I didn't have Lightning Storm, I would be playing evenly matched, but I just firmly believe that Lightning Storm is the superior card. Then we have Cosmic Cyclone. You have to have a way out for Mystic Mind. I hate losing games because I'm a bad player and I don't have an out for Mystic Mind or like an anti-spell fragrance or something. And then, like I said, Infinite Impermanence. I do feel like it has to be somewhere in the main or side deck. I don't like not having an out for the Utopic Zexal cards, or again, if Ash Blossom's not necessarily good or Nibiru's not necessarily good, but you know, if my choice is between Ogre or Impermanence, Storm Nature's Impermanence, unless I just absolutely need to have lights in deck, but that's why I play House, to kind of supplement that need to where it's usable, it's searchable, and you know, that's why. But this is the deck, like I said. The math really supports the main deck. The math supports the extra deck on the way I was at least trying to, you know, play the deck. The side deck is really up to interpretation. There's like 9 cards in the side deck that are generically the same. But this is what I've been playing. This is what I've liked. I've been testing this for a couple of weeks. Like I said, I've done well at a couple of locals. I know it's locals, but there's really no higher tier events going on, so I couldn't really take it anywhere. But this is Dirty Yugi from Dirty Yugi Boy signing out. Have a good day.